The Podbreed Network is strictly for the small podcasts that are up and coming in the vast world of podcasting. Podbreed is made up of many diverse podcasts, coming together to achieve the same goal of being the best damn podcast network on the planet. Find out more at podbreed.com.
This is Kirk Franklin, and I just want to say these damn kids don't appreciate shit. You just had to whoop their ass and kick them on their fucking neck and knock their motherfucking ass out. I'm sorry. I apologize. This is Kirk Franklin. You listen to the X and Y show.
The opinions expressed on the X and Y show are the sole opinions of the host. Please note, there is no intentional desire to offend any member of the listening audience. With that said, if you still feel offended, tough shit.
It's time for the X and Y show with your host, Mr. Roosevelt. He talks about man topics, lady topics, and relationships. He talks about love, sex, and infidelities. He even gives good tips. There is no other show that compares to the X and Y show.
Oh yeah. Sit back, take your clothes off, and relax. It's time for the X and Y show, where real relationship issues are talked about and addressed. The only place on the planet that tackles the topics that everyone wants to talk about, but no one is brave enough to address. Nothing escapes X and Y, baby. Now, here's your host, Roosevelt Colbert.
And greetings. Welcome to another segment of the XY Show. And I'm your host, Roosevelt. Welcome. Another week has gone by. It's already, Easter has passed. And we're a fourth end of the year. Well, three. We're already, we passed the fourth. We're already in April. So we almost about to eclipse a third of the year. We're coming up, after we get past April, we're a third of the year be gone. We're already a fourth of the year because March is already gone, for you motherfuckers doing past fractions and shit. Divide the 3 and the 12. It's just passing by real fast. It's almost scary how fast time is moving. And if you look around, a lot of people are leaving this place. I'm saying like, celebrities, you see them because their deaths, are in the media and stuff like that. But just regular people that regular people that I know that I grew up with, monarchs of my neighborhood, a lot of them are passing. It's like, and some of them the monarchs, some of their children are passing. They're not old. It used to be back in the day where, you just expected to get old. Nobody, expect to die young, but that's not the case. Nowadays, it's like nobody's safe. You might not wake up tomorrow. I don't mean to sound so gloom, but I guess what I'm trying to say is enjoy your life while you can, because it could be the last time you go to sleep. Whatever you might not have long. A lot of times we're mad at people, mad at family members for bullshit that we don't even remember. We haven't spoken in 20 years. Well, why? Oh, I don't remember. Stupid shit. I mean, life is stressing enough. You don't need to compound it with bullshit. I learned that a long time ago. And since I've learned that, it's just much easier, and that's everything. You don't let shit stress you out. Like back in the day when my credit was fucked up, creditors used to call you every day. And I used to stress out about that shit, right? This back right after college. And they used to like stress you out, calling every day. We need a payment and finally something just clicked. So you don't have the money. So you can't make a payment. Why are you stressing? Just tell the motherfuckers, you don't have the money and do what you got to do, and that's what I did, Finally, the motherfuckers called and I said, look, man, let me tell you something. Put it in your file, right on the computer. Look, I don't have shit, don't have no money, don't have no job right now, so I can't pay you shit. So do what you got to do, fuck up my credit, whatever. Have a nice day. When I started doing that to all those motherfuckers, the stress level just, oh, damn, I feel so much better. These motherfuckers had me stressed all out. Mr. Gover, we need a payment now. We need a payment, Mr. Gover. Look, I don't have no money. I told one of them literally at the time, back in the day, like this is like 25, 30 years ago. I was staying with my mom, and one of them called back, right? And they talked to my mom, your son is not responsible. I said, give me the phone. I told him something. But enjoy your life. That's all I'm saying. Life is short. You look around, you're 20. Just yesterday, I was in, my 20s. Yesterday, I was in junior high. Middle school now. And it's like, damn, and next thing you're 20, you're 30. Like, what the fuck? Time is passing. So enjoy your life. Don't take it for granted. Because today might be your last day. But the good news is, what's the good news? We are what? Closer to Christmas. That's the good news. We're closer to Christmas. I asked Alexa how many days we're off for Christmas. It's still a little far. But so what I'll do to feel a little better, I asked her how close is Halloween. And that's not that far away. I think it was like 200 days, something like that. That's nothing. So, I mean, before you know it, we'll be in the bird months again. You see jack-o'-lanterns go up. And then after a while, you see the turkeys and pilgrims. And then after a while, the hoop de gras. My favorite. You see Christmas trees, wreaths, and lights, all kind of Santa Claus. Just Rudolph. And just beautiful time of year. And hopefully I'm out of fucking Florida by then. We'll see. We'll see. But I'm really trying to get out of Florida. This year. So we'll see. So I'm going to get into the letters. Let's see here. The first letter, who's this from? Hal. Hal says, my girlfriend of 1 month told me she does not want to have sex anymore until she's married. She has 2 sons. Advice? I that's something that I know. I met this woman about 3 years ago. She had I know for sure 3. I think 3. I almost said 4, but I think she only had 3. Yeah, little boy. Yeah, she had 3. 3 kids, 2 nut sacks, right? 2 baby fathers. And she told me right off, she still wanted to kick it, but I'm not having sex with anyone anymore. I'm living a pure life until I get married. And I'm like, well, shit, we can't go out. I don't got time for that bullshit. That's the key. You have to communicate. Don't string anyone along. A lot of you motherfuckers be like, oh, well, she say that, but she don't mean it. A lot of women do. They mean that shit. Now, they should mean it. You got 2 kids. You don't have the right to say that. I don't give a fuck. I know a lot of you women not going to like that, but I don't give a fuck. You have 2 kids. You don't have the right to be celibate anymore. That should be against the law. Somebody should be able to report you. You got 2 kids and talking about you want to be celibate. Somebody should be able to go down to the police station and do a police report, and they should come and arrest you. The charge for bullshit. You got 2 kids. You done been nutted in. I mean, you can't say that anymore. You can't. It's just not right. How you expect someone to come? You got 2 kids. Some of you have more than that. And now all of a sudden you want to be pure? Now all of a sudden you want to be clean? Get the fuck out of here. So yeah, I straight up and told her, me and you can't date. So we can be friends. You can call me on the phone sometimes. I say hello. We can go out for ice cream or something, Dutch. You buying an ice cream cone. Well, hey, we go to Dairy Queen. Those Dairy Queen, that shit expensive. I went the other day, I think, what was that, Blizzard? It was one of those fancy. No, it was a regular ice cream cone. Because I was, I think that damn cone was like $4 or something. I said, shit, I could have went and bought a half a gallon at the damn the store for. So no, I'm not even buying you. If we gotta be friends, I'm not even buying you an ice cream cone. Buy your own. We going Dutch. So we can sit there, you can eat your banana split, but you gonna buy that motherfucker. I don't know what's wrong with women. They let the whole city nut all in them, and then they meet a real nice guy and they want to become pure. That shit been going on for a long time. So my advice to you, I'm going to just say it like this. The way I would deal with it, she would be my ex-girlfriend. I don't have time to deal with that bullshit right now. That's bullshit. I don't have time for that. There's too many women out there to be going through that kind of shit. So she would be my ex-girlfriend. You want to be pure. I respect that. You want to be pure. You don't have the right, but you want to be pure. Okay, go ahead. It just won't be with me, and I have that right. I need some pussy. I don't need no one with 2 kids. Now, if she was a virgin, that's different. That's a whole different can of worms. She's a virgin, a proven virgin. She ain't been with nobody. That's different. But that's like finding a virgin nowadays. That's like really finding a unicorn. That's like really trying to look for a leprechaun and shit. They don't exist. A lot of you saying, that's not true, Roosevelt. I know a virgin. Yeah, okay. But think about all the women in the world. What is the ratio of women who are fucking and women who are virgins? That shit is extremely skewed. So it's not many. Might be a few of them here and there, but it's not many. So those are the ones who have the right to say, I'm not having sex. Like Lolo, the track star. She's a virgin. Nobody ever fucked. Well, nobody ever put a dick in her. I'm not, I just refuse. I mean, this girl who I know back in the day, she was a virgin vaginally, but she used to suck dick. So in my eyes, that's not a virgin. But she was like, no, I'm a virgin. Nobody ever fucked me. Okay. So, but anyway, yeah, man, that would be my ex-girlfriend. Get rid of her. She's with that bullshit. She got 2 kids. Get rid of her. That's what I would do. Next one is from Gina. Gina says, my man's penis is too small. It's about 8 inches, but I need at least 10 to be satisfied. What should I do? Damn, 8 inches. That's about what I'm bringing to the. I'm bringing a little more than that. That's about what she. I'm not enough for you. I don't know what y'all women need with all that dick. I mean, 10 inches. I mean, that's. I know it's women out there that need 10 inches and 12 inches and 14 inches and shit. I get it. I can dig it. So what I would do, your boyfriend's dick not going to grow. So you need to make a decision. What kind of man is your boyfriend? Is he, besides his dick size, do you dig everything else about him? Do you like the way he tells jokes? Do you like the way he treats you? Is he respectable? Is he someone you can take home to your family? Is he a good, genuine guy? Because if he's all of those things you dreamed about in a man, but his dick just not big enough, I would say, sometimes you have to put your priorities in other places. I really personally, I think that you can probably get by with him being 8 inches. I mean, if you'd have said he was like 2 inches and you need 10, that's different. But I mean, he's pretty good size, so I think you'll be okay. And from what he's lacking, there are toys. I talked about that a few episodes back. So there are toys. There are alternatives that you can do to, kind of bring that up to compensate from that. But I don't think you should get rid of a guy just because his dick is too small. Even if his dick was 2 inches, and he's everything else that you ever wanted in a man, everything except his dick is small. That's still not a reason to get rid of a guy. I mean, it's important, but it's not that important. I mean, you might get a guy with a big dick, but he's an asshole. So if you got a good guy, but he's got a small dick, just, I don't know. You have to weigh your priorities. You have to weigh, what are you really looking for in a man? In a soulmate. So, anyway. Without further ado, let's get into the next episode. Be mindful of the family you marry into. Be mindful of the family you marry into. Now, a lot of you know this the hard way, because you married into real fucked up families. Your wife you married her. She's a nice woman, but her family's crazy as hell. Her mother's crazy as hell. Her dad, her siblings, her secondary family, they just all crazy. And there's different types of crazy. There's crazy, like crazy, and there's crazy criminally, just doing dumb shit. And there's just, there's all different types of crazy. There's crazy violence. All the time you look around, there's fighting, somebody fighting each other. You know, they're first cousins, but they're fighting, always in trouble with the law, you know, shit like that. And it goes both ways. You know, you can meet a guy, nice guy, you know, king, all what you've ever wanted in a man, but he comes from a fucked up family. You know, they're all crazy. And I know a lot of you said, you know, it's cool because I'm not marrying a family, but that is not the case. And that's something I would have said 25 years ago, you know, because I had girls, you know, that had some really good pussy, right? I mean, really good pussy. But I met their families, and I'm like, damn, these motherfuckers are crazy, right? You know, different kind of shit. I mean, it happened more than once. I had one time, I had this girl, you know, she had some really good pussy. So I was really thinking about, you know, popping the quad. You know, I was thinking about some shit, you know, because that pussy was good. But I met her family, and these motherfuckers were like a bunch of Bonnie and Clydes walking around. All they talked about was guns. They carried guns. You know, all of them had a AK-47, 357. I mean, these motherfuckers kept guns around like bottled water. So I got to thinking, I'm like, if me and this girl ever get in an argument or it really get bad, shit, it might get ugly around here. Met another girl, you know, she comes from a fucked up family. They always wanted to fight. You know, they were like the criminal element, always doing dumb shit, going to jail and shit. And, you know, it's unfortunate because it's hard enough to meet someone that's nice. That's hard enough. But then you have to meet someone who's nice and has a nice family. That shit is extremely difficult, trust me. I've seen it both ways. It's been extremely difficult for me personally and extremely difficult from my observation of my friends who are still single. And some of my friends are married, who they chose to get married anyway, even though their other half family is crazy as hell. They still chose to get married. And unfortunately, a lot of them are going through problems today because of the families. I had one friend, his wife had a son. So, you know, when they got married, and this is why I don't fuck with women with kids. I know a lot of these women mad, but I don't, you know, I don't give. The son was no good. He was a bum. And her you know, her husband was like, you know, trying to get her to, you know, get some fire under her son's ass, you know, to be a man, you know. So her family started getting on him. You know, you're not his father. That's between her and him. That's what they told him now. This little bastard staying under his roof, but that's between her and his, you know, her son. You don't have anything. That's what they told him. You know, her family, her, you know, her mom, dad, and first cousins, you know, all those motherfuckers. They told him basically to mind his own business. Mind his own business in his own house. You know, but like I said, the family was crazy as hell. You know, they all were crazy. So they took her side. They took the side of the son instead of really minding their own business. They are the ones that should have been minding their business. You know, but, you know, they're crazy. So they were interfering in his wife's marriage, you know, and it just got really in a bad situation. Eventually, they end up separating, and they're divorcing now because of the son, and because of the interference of the family, consistently interfering over all kind of shit. There's something, a decision that need to be made. Well, I need to talk this over with my parents. And that's on her as well, of course. But, sometimes the secondary family, or the primary family, I should say, and the secondary family, the cousins and all that shit, they cause a lot of problems within a marriage. It's hard enough being married as it is. But then you have all these external factors from a crazy ass family that takes it to another level. And that's something that I really would not want to be in, a situation like that. Now, years ago, younger and dumber and, more full of cum, I would have made stupid decisions just based off pussy. Had a few women, I had a lot of women with some good pussy. And even though I know for a fact that their families were crazy as hell, I didn't care. Because I had that mentality, look, I'm marrying her. I'm not marrying her family. But you are marrying their family. Whether you want to admit it or you don't. You're marrying her family. You're marrying his family. You're marrying their family as well. You are. You're not just marrying that person. So it does matter. And I would go as far as saying, if you meet the woman of your dreams or the man of your dreams and they come from a crazy ass fucked up family, I would go as far as saying, let them go. It's not worth it. It's not. I know a lot of you disagree with that. Because a lot of you have, probably married to someone and their families are crazy as hell, but you've learned to cope with it over the years. But it's a lot of stress. That's a lot of stress. And that's what I mentioned before I even started this episode. Life is difficult as it is. You don't need more stress to compound life. You have enough. And so when you have when you're dealing with the wife or the husband, and then you're dealing with their crazy ass family, that's the kind of shit where you, could be checking out at 50 or checking out at 55, relatively young, but you're so stressed out. That's the shit that can cause you to leave this place. Bullshit. So, yeah, I will go as far as saying, if you meet the man of your dreams or the woman of your dreams, but they come from a fucked up family, oh, my family, we haven't spoken in 10 years. Flag. Oh, my first cousins, they're always going to jail. Flag. My mom and dad, they don't like anyone. They don't like none of my boyfriends, so just ignore them. Flag. It's all kind of bullshit and all kind of craziness that you don't need. You don't need in your own house. Depending on your living situation, most of the time you're living in the same state as they are. So if you're in Wisconsin, they're in Wisconsin. Now some of you are really separated, and some of you, if you admit it, you moved to another state to get away from those motherfuckers. Admit it. Admit it. A lot of you, they're in California. Let's move to Georgia. Why you want to move to Georgia? I think it's just, we need a new start. They can't tell you I'm getting away from your crazy ass family. That'll cause World War III. And then sometimes the other person don't want to leave their crazy ass family, their fucked up family. So then you're in a debacle. What are you going to do? You want to get away from these crazy motherfuckers, but your wife or your husband don't want to leave their families. They don't want to leave their fucked up families. Always going to jail. Always in your guys' business. Always asking to come stay with you guys. No, y'all got an extra room. Let me come crash with. You know, you say no. Why my cousin can't stay with us for a little while? It's bullshit. Unnecessary stress. You know, a reasonable family would never do some shit like that. A reasonable family would never, they're not doing dumb shit where they're going to jail. They're not trying to stay with you in your house. They got their own shit. You know, they're not always in your business, making your life more stressful. You know, always coming around talking shit. You know, they're not fucking with your health. You know, and you guys seen that. Some of you you lucky enough to marry someone who comes from a good family background. That's what it's all about. You're not marrying just that person. It's it's the people that made them that person. That's their family. And some of you are lucky to be with someone who come from a good family. And you see the difference in what you're going through, and you see the difference when your friends are going through who have fucked up families on their wife's side or on their husband's side. You see the difference. You see what they're going through. It's always something. It's never peace. Never peace. It's always something going on. So again, I say, when you're looking for a wife, you're looking for a husband, you have to look for a family as well. You have to look for a good family. You have to. And like I said before, a lot of you are saying, well, I'm not marrying a family. Yes, you are. You are marrying a family. You are. And she's marrying your family, or he's marrying your family. So it has to be a good situation. Or, I'm not saying that if you marry a woman or marry a man from a fucked up, family, that it'll never make it, it has no chance of making it. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is someone who comes from honky-tonk backgrounds, it causes a lot of stress in the marriage. It does, because there's always something. Always. And, like I said, life is stressful enough. You don't need extra shit. So the next time you're looking for your husband or the next time you're looking for a wife and they take you home, you want to meet mom and dad, yes, but you want to meet those cousins. You want to meet those aunts, those uncles. You don't meet all those motherfuckers. Now, there's always going to be some crazy motherfuckers in the bunch. You'll never find a family that's total utopia. There's always some motherfuckers who have problems. That's a given. But when you find a family that's, this is a good family. Her dad's cool, her mom's cool, really cool cousins, nice dudes. And she's nice or he's nice, then that's a keeper. That's what you want. That's what you want. And I'm not saying, like I said again, I'm not saying for those of you who met that really nice person, that nice woman or that nice man, but they come from a really bad family. I'm not saying if you marry them, you won't be happy. All I'm saying is you probably have a lot more stress. So you have to make a decision. How much stress are you willing to put up with? Me personally, I don't want any, or minimal amount. And I'm at the point in my life, I don't want to be dealing with bullshit. So I have to meet a nice woman, and I have to meet a nice woman from a nice family. That's a must. That's a requirement for me. Because I don't want to be dealing with no bullshit. I'll have enough stress as it is. I don't need more from bullshit, from cousins and motherfuckers who live outside of the house. Always something going on. So you have to make a decision. How much stress are you willing to endure? So it does matter. When you marry him or her, you're marrying a family. So make sure it's a good one. Hope you enjoyed tonight's episode of the X&Y Show. Be sure to check out any episodes that you may have missed in the past. I'm also on social media. I'm on Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook, and Instagram. You can find my social media and my old episodes on my website, which is www.xyshow.com. You can find everything there. Be sure to check out my store, buy a shirt. Make sure you take a picture, and I will definitely post it on my IG page. So without further ado, I will see you next week, and I want you always to remember, leave those crazy ass family. No. Always remember that you must have love, or and lust. Right? You must have love and lust. Oh, damn, I done forgot my damn saying. So I'm going to just say later.
You've been listening to The X&Y Show with your host, Roosevelt Colbert, the place where real relationship issues are talked about and addressed. Join us next time. You can now put your clothes back on. Or not.